It's episode 25 of Where Potters Walk. How are you all doing? Welcome to 20 minutes of Stoke City chat. Really appreciate you coming along the ride with us this week. We are talking about whether currently Stoke City are playing just the same as they did under Pelach. More on that in a minute. We're getting the lowdown on Nathan Lowe, and AI has predicted the rest of Stoke City's away fixtures. How many points does it give us? We'll find out in the end. And because it's January, stay tuned to the end of the video because we are asking this lot to pick out Stoke City's worst ever strikers they've seen in the Championship era. Last week, of course, we put Jack Bonham in as the worst ever goalkeeper. Who are they going to put up top in those two positions? We're recording this after the West Brom game and before the Portsmouth game midweek, so let's have a quick check-in with our team. Carl, Ryan and Liam are back with us, and drop us a subscribe if you haven't yet already done so. Right, 3 positive podcasts in a row. Carl, you still happy?
Yeah, still happy. Things are on the up, aren't they? 3 in a row. Bootmark that might be the first time, could possibly be the last, knowing us. But yeah, no, where things are going in the right direction. Positive. I know we squandered a lead. To be honest, if you watch the game, it was coming. But if you'd asked me before the game yesterday, would you take a point at the Hawthorns? Definitely. So yeah, I am happy with it. I would have liked to have won, of course we would, but yeah, I'm happy with the point.
Okay. Before we get into the game, our West Brom fans and the West Brom Twitter, you may have already seen, wasn't happy with the Stoke away travelling fans when Tony Mowbray was brought out onto the pitch. They're saying typical, Stoke fans booing a man who's just come back from cancer. And there's a few other fans that have waded into it. Liam, what's your take on that particular little spat?
I'm all for it, to be honest. It's not about that he's come back from cancer. It's just you're an away fan. Then your manager's been brought out on the pitch. Give him some stick. He absolutely detests Stoke. I've spoke to you about it before. He has given Stoke so much grief over the years. So I think everyone's happy that he's back. In all honesty, it's good seeing him back into football and everything. Everyone's glad that he's all right. But yeah, give him the stick. Got to give him some stick.
Absolutely. He described you as was he another one of those that described you as a rugby team or something like that? Yeah. Okay. Right, let's jump into the game then. First of all, shall we? Let's get some tweets from it. Ryan Michael says, "A point isn't a bad result, but let's face it. We score an early goal. We sit on the back foot whilst the wing backs get targeted all game. We allow them to whip crosses in the box and get about 20 shots. How can we say this is any different to a Nazis Pelach game?" It's hard to disagree with that, or is he out of order?
Second half, I'm going to say we sat back. We got bombarded second half, truly bombarded with. As soon as the first 5 minutes, I said to myself, it's coming. The goal was coming. And I knew it. And it was Junior side, across, and it was just a goal. I saw it coming, bombarded, sat back. Why we did it? He said we weren't going to play boring football and he sat back. But if that's what he wants to do on the second half when we're 1-0 up, then, well, we'll just have to beat at the moment.
Cheers for that, Ryan. Carl Wayne says it's a spot-on assessment from Mark Robbins again. Sorry, we're paper thin, squad-wise, but we're still managing to make progress. 2 or 3 decent additions in this window, and we'll be heading in the right direction. Do you agree with that? That a point away at West Brom isn't bad. The squad is thin, so people should just be happy.
Yeah, in a way, but you're never happy, are you? You want, when you're 1-0 up, you want more goals. You want win the game. Every football fan of every team wants that. We touched on it last week. They've been playing very well, haven't they? And they're just outside the playoffs. We've just lost Tom Cannon, which, was a massive blow to us. We're now relying on a striker that's come in from League Two. Obviously, he is our striker. He's been on loan. He's been on form. But I think I'll hold my hands up and say it, the difference from League Two to Championship's massive, but the lad scored. And we are paper thin, we're missing key players. We're very, very short. We need numbers in. I'm hoping that we make some signings. Again, I'm not hearing any rumours as such, but, defensively we're thin. on the wings. We've Manu's out, so we're short on the wings, and obviously you can't rely on Nathan Lowe to now fire us and keep us in the division. We're going to need somebody else.
Okay. Liam, just a comment on some players. First of all, Seko. Seems to be that some Stoke fans are behind him, other fans are not too happy with his performances. What's your take on it?
For somebody who's brand new into the league and getting used to it, he hasn't done too bad. I said a fair few weeks ago I thought he was getting overhyped personally, because a lot of people were saying he was absolute mustard. I didn't see that. He had a bad game yesterday, and a lot of Stoke fans on Twitter have got a thing that if a fair few people call out somebody for having a bad game, then they're a scapegoat, which I don't think's right. I think he had a bad game and everyone's picked up on it. All in all, I think over the period of time, he's done okay. Like I say, brand new league, completely different lifestyle. He's done okay.
Okay. Kumas got some plaudits as well. Ryan, SCFC there says, take a point, desperate for some players this window, so we can be playing Moran on the right. I thought Kumas was excellent today. On to Pompey. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think Kumas, he had a really good game yesterday. He was another one, as you say, the thing scapegoat. He had a lot of criticism, and it took his brother to be involved on Twitter and call someone out for it. And I'm glad that person has at their words, because there was no need for it. He's a young lad. He's coming from Liverpool. His first ever loan. He's putting his all into it, and that's all you can ask as a Stoke player. Put your all into it. And yesterday he did, and he contributed. And I thought he did well. And hopefully that form carries on for him, because we don't want him to be a scapegoat as well. It's not fair.
Okay. And finally, Carl Zerp says, great result. The improvement is obvious already with a very thin squad. 5 unbeaten. They'll still moan. They'll still moan on the oatcake. I'm going to use that phrase now. Yeah, we have to remember, 5 unbeaten. Yeah, this Stoke side are getting hard to beat again, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Like I say, we are paper thin. No matter what way you look at it, defensively we're thin. All over the pitch, we're very thin. So as long as we are being hard to beat, that's all you can ask for, and just keep trying, keep going at it. And we've played some tough teams. I mean, we played Sunderland 3 times in the space of a month, and we've come out with 2 wins there. West Brom again, another tough game. We've had some real tough games, and we've come out of them doing all right. Okay.
We're recording this before the Pompey result. Of course, you smashed them, Liam, for 6. When you saw them last, and this weekend an old friend is in town as Oxford United roll up with your old mate Gary Rowett. It's coming to the dugouts. Fond memories of Gary's time at Stoke?
No, absolutely can't stand the guy. Terrible manager. If he's given funds, he's great if his back's against the wall, but if he's got any ambition to show, he falls flat on his face, and he's an arrogant git as well that goes along with it. So I can't stand the man.
We get any warm reception from you, Ryan, as well then?
Like I say, I can't even remember anything he did. I'll be honest. Like, I have totally forgot. I forget that we had Gary Rowett, and then it pops up sometimes that Stoke actually appointed Gary Rowett, and he just did nothing, and it was just miserable fail.
He spent 60 million quid. That's what he did do. On absolute rubbish.
Yeah, it's the reason we are where we are now, isn't it? Really, in the financial fair play, and anybody who spends the amount of money he did, and Tom Ince deserves booing when he comes our place.
Let's just go on. There's a couple there. Benny Kofobi, another one I can think of. There's a couple.
12 million quid.
There's a couple he brought in that I honestly put my head in my hands.
Okay. Yes, okay. Very nice welcome then. As he walks to the dugout this weekend. I mean, Oxford are improving, aren't they, Carl, as well? It's 2 tough games actually for you this week, isn't it? Pompey and Oxford. I mean, looking at the league table, you think, well, this is possibly 6 points, but Pompey are great at home, and Oxford are, they've got the grit between the teeth even away.
Yeah, 2 big games for us, really, with the league table. If we pick up results against this, it can shift us away from the danger zone. And likewise, 2 tough games. If we don't pick anything up against Portsmouth and we struggle against Oxford as well, then we're going to be right in the trouble, because I think we're just 3 points out of it now. So it's very, very close. So big games coming up.
Okay. Just a quick word on Nathan Lowe then, Liam, if that's all right from you. I think you've tweeted and you've said on here that you shouldn't recall him, leave him there at Walsall. I suppose when the Tom Cannon news came in, it's probably inevitable, wasn't it, that they had to do that, or do you still think they should have left him there?
No, so when we talked about it, there was no real talk of Tom Cannon going. As soon as the rumours started of him going, I wasn't surprised that they brought him back. Look, it's going to be tough for him. Ideally, I think we all would have liked him stay out, and if he had stayed out, it would be because we've got sufficient cover. But at this point in time, he is going to have to play his part, and in his interview, he seems up for it. So fair play to him. Mark Robbins seems to like him as well. So if you're good enough and all that, you're old enough. So we'll see how he goes on.
And just on Tom Cannon, Ryan, how frustrating is it going to be to see that I think Sheffield United are rumoured to now be buying him or purchasing him from Leicester?
We've actually, I've seen that, but Robbins has come out, and I don't know if the lads have seen this as well, and said it may not be the end. We may see him in the future. So there's a glimmer of hope for me that we could get it done. Whether we do, it's just funny to see why he said that. I mean, if we get him back, wow, I will be buzzing off the walls. And I think keep Nathan Lowe. I'm eating my words a bit on that one, because I said keep him there. Silly decision. He spoke the interview that he did after was the best Stoke player I've heard speak for a while. He spoke brilliantly, and he was absolutely amazing on Saturday. So let's see what happens, eh?
Okay. AI have predicted the rest of Stoke's away games. We did home games this week, so let's see how many points they reckon that you're going to clock up on your travels in the remaining games. First of all, they predict that you're going to get of the remaining, what have we got? 9, 3 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses. So there you are, typical Stoke.
Sounds about right for Stoke, that.
You'll win at Bristol City, Millwall, and Cardiff. You will lose at Coventry, Preston, and Leeds, and you will take draws at Hull, Norwich, and Derby. Okay, 12 points. Would you take that, Carl? Now, if I offered it to you,
it looks very accurate for Stoke, doesn't it? Some tough fixtures there, and then you've got Norwich, Leeds. Millwall's always dodgy for us. Any team in London's always dodgy for Stoke. Obviously,
hold on. It's an Alex Neil team, though. Let's not forget that.
Well, yeah, all managers always haunt us. That's what I say. When Gary Rowett comes, you know what's going to happen. He's going to walk away where we've probably going to be the team that's had all the possession, all the shots, and he's going to nick a 1-0 win and shut up shop.
Okay. Would you take 12, Liam?
Yeah, definitely. What's that? Just under half the amount of points you can get. Was there 10 games left? Is there?
Yeah, 9 games, 27 points available away from home.
Yeah, I think so. Away from home. I feel like Robbins is going to lean on the trying to make the home ground a fortress. You can tell. I don't know how much it works. I think it does work with Stoke fans. He's going to try and build like a bit of a siege mentality. You can tell something by the way he talks, and he's already given it everyone's got to buy in and give it all, including the fans. So if we got 12 points away and won a fair group, because we looked at the home games last week, and I said if I was Robbins, I'd be looking at them thinking they aren't too shabby all in all.
Yeah.
We've already got rid of Sunderland, Burnley, Leeds, West Brom. A lot of the top 6 we've already played at home. So hopefully, just need a few players through the door. Really now, just a bit of experience and a few that can settle us down a bit.
Right, thank you very much, you 3, for that. Do drop us a subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Before we finish, we are throughout January building the worst ever Stoke City 11 in the Championship era. Last week we asked the team for goalkeepers, and amongst others, the name that came out most was Jack Bonham, who also featured on another team's Was it Watford? I think Watford put him in there as well. So he's had the unfortunate been two of these lists. Right, worst strikers for Stoke we've ever seen. Ryan, can you give us a name that should go in here, please?
Do you know what? I could name about 100. I'm not even joking. But I think we might all agree. Probably Berahino. I'm going to say Berahino. And I could list a couple on two hands. It's just ridiculous. But I'm going to go Berahino with that one. I think he was just dreadful.
Okay. Carl?
How long have you got? Just to give a different name out there, I'm going to go for Dave Kitson. I can remember an interview when Tony Pulis bought him for what was then a record $5.5 million. He was sat there with Dave Kitson. He says, yeah, Dave Kitson's going to get us 10, 12 goals a season. Kitson looked at him as if think, what? And yeah, it proved to be true. He was awful.
If I'm right on that, Dave Kitson also recently has come out slating us about the Tony Pulis footballers snapping players. So, yeah, I don't really like Dave Kitson either.
I don't know why he can comment. He can't play football. The lad can't. He's don't matter what style of football. He did all right, didn't he, for Reading? That's why we went in for him. But yeah, awful. As well as Berahino.
All right. Liam?
I'm going to go a bit more modern, and even though he played a lot of games for us, the money spent on the output we got and watching that useless lump wander around the pitch is going to be Sam Vokes for me. So it's like somebody was pushing a shed around the front of the pitch, and we paid, what do we pay, 9 million for him? Unbelievable. That was a Nathan Jones special, that was. We want some agile.
And then we sent
players. Yeah, he said we want some agile players at the top end of the pitch that can run defenders ragged. And Sam Vokes turned up towing a caravan.
I've never forgive Burnley for that.
No, taking Crouch as well, it was absolute criminal.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure we could go on all night here with this. Let us know in the comments below which two you think should start up top. Next week, we're looking at the 4 worst defenders that we've all seen for Stoke, and in a couple of weeks, we'll be looking for the worst manager to manage this team. So that's going to be a long.
I'll do an hour episode on
that'll be an hour episode for that. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much. Enjoy your trip to Pompey. I don't think any of you are going to be making that down on Wednesday night, are you? No. But if you are, credit to you. Let us know in the comments. We'll give you a shout out on here next week. Have a good week, everyone. We'll see you on the other side of the Gary Rowett derby. Enjoy it.